Hey Pisces, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with sun, moon, or rising in Pisces. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. We have the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay. I love this energy. Actually, I couldn't stop smiling laying these cards out. So I really do love this energy for you. You are a person who is not afraid to go out on a limb. You're not afraid to take a chance. So this is really kind of fun and refreshing energy here. You have the Fool, and the Fool is the ultimate adventurer, the ultimate chance taker, and always kind of sees things, sees the potential in every possibility, and just really isn't afraid to take a chance. So that is something that's coming through about you right from the start. You're also someone who is extremely independent. Very, very independent. You're not afraid to go your own way. Like, you will do your own thing if need be. You might even just prefer to do your own thing, but you certainly don't wait on anybody. You don't wait for anyone's permission to do anything. You don't wait until somebody's willing to go along with you. You do your own thing. You do what makes you happy. You are also a person who lights up any room that you enter. All eyes are on you. All attention is on you. This is whether you want to have that be the case or not. I always think it's interesting when I see this Queen of Wands energy, and I know that, like, people are so drawn to you. And I always wonder, do you want people to be drawn to you? Some people love the attention. Other people are just doing their thing, and their thing is so good, and it's so interesting, and it's just, it's so intriguing that they attract a lot of attention, whether they really want to or not. You might be someone who dresses very interestingly, and that really, like, catches people's eye, but it might not have anything to do with that at all. It's certainly your personality, whether you have an interesting way of presenting yourself or not. It's your personality that really grabs people's attention. You are definitely a go-getter. You have a strong drive to achieve your goals. You are not someone who's willing to just sit back and wait for life to happen to them. You kind of like have your eyes set on what you want to bring into your life, and you are determined to do that. So you'll go out on your own, and you'll have a lot of hope and optimism when you do that. You'll do whatever you need to do to make it happen. So you might be a little bit of a risk taker. I don't know if you view yourself as a risk taker, but I know that the people around you certainly do. So that's kind of just personal, whether you, every time you're about to do something, if you feel those nerves or not, because I think a lot of you don't feel the nerves. You don't feel scared when you are out on a path that would scare most people. You don't feel that fear, and some of you do, and I think you still pursue your ambitions. You feel the fear and you do it anyway. I think either way, you're doing it anyway. I think that for you, you might not feel like you're taking a huge risk, because I think, in your opinion, the bigger risk feels like ending up miserable. So even if you have to go out on a limb about something, even if you have to kind of try something new that no one else has ever done before, do something that's against tradition, it's like you weigh your options out and you think, well, I could be miserable for the rest of my life, or I could try this thing. And to you, being miserable for the rest of your life is always the scarier option. So in that way, I think you aren't viewing yourself as a risk taker, because you think the biggest risk would be to just settle for less. And that's what a lot of people do. You've probably watched people settle for less and you think, well, that's scary. Me going and trying to do this thing here that could potentially like provide so much for me or fulfill some of these wishes and dreams for me, that's not very scary to me. Not having that would be terrifying. So I think you just view things a little bit differently because you are extremely brave and you might not even recognize your own bravery in a lot of ways. You're really not afraid to try something new if it has the potential to lead to your joy and fulfillment and happiness. I think at the same time, you're also your own harshest critic, but I think that you keep a lot of your doubt or your insecurities to yourself. With this Nine of Swords energy at the end of your reading, I do think that sometimes a little bit of doubt or fear can creep in, but it's like, I think you present this really strong and confident persona, and if you are feeling a little bit like you're uncertain about how something is going to pan out, I think this is the kind of stuff that you tend to keep to yourself. And you also tend to be pretty hard on yourself in terms of what you can accomplish. Like, you set really high standards for yourself. You set really difficult goals for yourself and you go after them. And I think a lot of the time you achieve them. And that kind of builds your confidence. And I think that kind of eliminates a lot of fear for you. I just get the feeling that no one's going to tie you down. This independent energy is really coming through strong. Nobody's going to tie you down. Nobody's going to hold you down. Nobody's going to tell you no. Nobody's going to stop you. It's like, tell you it's impossible and you're going to do it just to prove somebody wrong. That is the feeling I get from you. So you don't want to be chained down. In terms of your profession or your career, I can tell you don't want to be chained down. Or chained at all to any kind of profession. You don't want to feel like you are a slave to any job, whether it's a job you're doing on your own terms or not. You don't want to feel like you're a slave to it. You want your time freedom. You want some flexibility in everything that you do. You want a little bit of spontaneity. You want to be able to adventure and do your own thing, be creative and be sociable and not feel like you are chained to a desk. I feel like that would be miserable for you. You want to have good work-life balance, and I think if you don't have that, you will go absolutely crazy. So there's a lot you want to do. There's a lot you want to pursue. There's like places you want to travel, things you want to experience, and although you're willing to do the hard work, you don't want your whole life to be the hard work. You want to have a little bit of fun and you want to keep that balance. So that's kind of an overview of just where you are. And now let's look into your oracle cards and see what we have for you to kind of get some ideas about what would be a good career path for you. Okay, if I can figure out which way the card goes. We have the box. This card is really about, for you, this is about how outside the box you are. This is about whatever it is that you're going to be doing, it's outside of the box. You are a free thinker. You are somebody who wants to stay that way. You don't want to get yourself locked into any kind of career path that's going to feel like it stops you from being able to think freely, like it stops you from being able to experience things that give you new ideas. So you are outside of the box with this, whatever kind of traditional career path. Like, you're not going to take some kind of test and have it spit out an answer about what job you should do. No job that comes out of no job that comes out as a result, or that's spit out as some kind of result on like an aptitude test or something, no job will fit. You will always want a different answer. And I think that's because you cannot be defined like that. You're not really going to do anything that's that clear. You don't really want to do anything. If it's on a list of possible jobs, then it's probably not for you. You challenge the usual way of doing things. And I think you want to earn money in an unusual way as well, in an unconventional way, in a way that allows you to create the kind of life that you want. And I think that's a life that's different than what most people experience. So you might even have the desire with this Nine of Pentacles here, you might have the desire to earn more money than people typically earn. Like you might kind of have like a yearning for a more lavish lifestyle to be very successful in what you do. If it's not that you are really passionate about earning a great deal of money, then I think you're just really passionate about earning money in a way that allows you to create a life that you want. So if that life is that you want to travel and you want to have a lot of freedom, you might not need to be absolutely rich, but you want to have enough money and you want to be able to earn it in a way that allows you to pursue what you want to pursue. So you might want to have more freedom than most people have in their typical professional life. So I definitely see you as someone who will strike out on their own, who will build their own business, and who it's like you work for yourself because it's almost like you have to, like no other job would fit. You build a business that works for you. So if you are a person who likes to work at unusual, unconventional times of the day, then you'll do that. If you're a person who wants to be able to just stick your laptop in a bag and work from anywhere in the world, then you'll do that. Whatever it is that works for you is what you're going to do. Now, for some of you, this could come from your desire to have a family. So maybe you want to raise a family and you want to be present for your family, and you don't want to always be gone at work and always have to like hire a babysitter or drop your kids off at daycare. So you have this desire to create an unconventional way to earn money, something that you can do in your spare time, or something that you can do while your kids are at school or while they're napping or at night, that allows you to stay home with them. So for some of you, this outside of the box thinking might have been prompted by your desire to be present for your family. I think that the most important thing here is that you don't want to live with any regrets. So you're really going to go for it. Like you're really going to try to do whatever this thing is. You don't necessarily need for someone to have gone ahead of you and to show you the way. You're going to figure it out on yourself. And you're noticing that you don't have to repeat the choices that that your family members have made, or that your friends have made, even that you've made in the past. You may have found yourself chained to a job or a profession that you absolutely could not stand, and that didn't give you the sort of freedom that you wanted and didn't allow you to feel like you had the ability to shape your life. And now you're like, I don't have to do that again. I can make a different choice. I can go on a different path. So this might be a little bit of a reorienting of how you view things and what profession you're going to be going into. But you're doing your own thing. Like, we're going to look into this more, but whatever it is, you're doing your own thing in some form, one way or another. Let's see what else we have. We have embracing. And we have regret. Oh, that's what we were just talking about. You don't want to live with regret. I think there's a part of you that's like, this might be crazy. This might be really, really strange, and maybe it won't work, but the worst thing in the world would be if I regret my whole life or how I spend the majority of my time because I decided to go with the prescribed path. I decided to follow in the footsteps of everyone else and do what everyone else does, and I don't want to regret my entire life. So yeah, that is crazy. We have break the chain. This is the same energy. You might come from, wow, okay. This could be a matter of you coming from a family that like expects a certain thing from you, or that everyone has gone into this certain field or profession and you're expected to follow that, and you are wanting to like pivot, put your foot down and do something different. This can also be about just breaking patterns. Like ancestral patterns. So this could just be that you've never really known anyone in your life that has chosen this alternative path, and you are going to be the first one to try that. This could also be that you are going to try studying some field that is unusual, like in your circle, that you don't know anyone who has taken anything like this on. I think the most important thing about this reading is whatever you're doing it because you want to, and you're doing it because you think it's going to give you the life that you desire. So even if it's not going to provide all of this freedom, or if you don't feel like you have this entrepreneurial spirit that's coming through here, it might be that you are still striking out on kind of an unknown path, maybe a path that people haven't shown a lot of faith or belief in when you have expressed your desire to pursue this. But you are you're doing away with the old ideas, and you are all about your idea, whatever your idea is, whatever's outside of the box for you. You are going for that. Let's look at your last oracle card. You have North Node, and that is all about the future. So yeah, you have your eye on the future. You are concerned with the sort of life that you're going to be able to create for yourself. You're not overly concerned, I think, in a lot of cases, with the particular career necessarily. It's more like how it overall ties into your life as a whole. You're looking at your life holistically, and you're looking at having some sort of balance. So you're really heading toward a place that your soul longs to be. And yes, there is an entrepreneurial spirit coming through. Either way, you want a job that gives you some freedom. I think that's true for the majority of you. I think that this might be something where you work remotely. This might be some kind of job that even if you do have to go into an office occasionally or something like that, it's something that provides you a lot of freedom, a lot of time freedom, so that you can travel and so that you can switch up your surroundings every now and then. This might be a job that requires a lot of travel, and that's what you love about it, because you can do this job from anywhere. I am picking up for a lot of you that you might be into some career in social media. You might be interested in becoming an influencer of some kind, or being on some kind of platform where you have a large audience. You might be interested in travel blogging, or like starting an Instagram where you take beautiful pictures from all different locations in the world. I think there's something about your life that you want to be luxurious, and there's something that people want to watch. Like you draw a lot of attention, this Queen of Wands energy. If you were to start something where you, like you were on social media, you wanted to grow a following, you would be extremely successful at that. And you're also really good at making things look very luxurious. It might be just because you have a way of living a luxurious lifestyle, but if you were interested in traveling and snapping photos and showing people like what you were wearing and where you were, this would be great for you, because I think you have a way of presenting things to people that makes people dream. It makes people aspire to have this life, to be as brave as you, to go out on this path. So there is a bit of bravery here, even if you don't see it. I think it's something other people recognize in you. But whatever it is that you're doing, it is outside of the box, whether that's outside of the box for most people or outside of the box for like your friends and family members. But I see that there's fearlessness here, that you are going to go out and chase down your dreams, whether you have approval or not, whether you have support or not. I hope you do. But even if you don't, you are going to be your own support system here, and you are going to encourage yourself to really go for it, to really create the life you want, and to make sure that you have a life that's rich, that's balanced, and that you didn't feel like you just worked your whole life at a job that you hated. That's certainly not in the cards for you. So I think I will leave the reading there. That's all I see for you. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. Really fun energy. Loved this energy. I love an outside of the box thinker. So we're right there. We're right there. I see you. I see you and I like it. If you liked this video, if it resonated for you, don't forget to like it and leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And hopefully I will see you in another video sometime soon. Bye.